flooding. Ginger here with the latest track and timing.
Also this morning, a new twist in that fiery on people on board. Shocking mistakes. Was pilot error to blame as new images emerge of the chaos on board? White House showdown. The battle with Democrats now escalating, threats of a lawsuit over Trump's taxes. And will the Attorney General now be held in contempt of Congress?
The YouTube star under fire. The investigation underway into what happened at a massive party at Jake Paul's mansion. Paramedics called multiple times, and a woman coming forward saying she was drugged.
As Duchess Meghan and Prince Harry celebrate the birth of their son.
It's been the most amazing experience I could ever possibly imagine.
Questions this morning. Where was the baby born? Will he be a prince? And what Meghan's mother, Doria, who's been by her side for days, is saying this morning.
And the stars shining bright at the Met Gala. Lady Gaga stunning fans with 4 show-stopping looks. Katy Perry lighting it up. And Zendaya pretty as a princess. Plus, the couple's battling it out for the gala Game of Thrones. And the surprise performance you didn't see from Cher. GMA, there for it all.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
And Good Morning America, Lara was there. Our whole family was camped out on Elliot's bed watching the whole red carpet. A lot of thumbs up for Lady Gaga.
Yes, and Billy Porter, he's living his best life.
Oh, yeah.
And also, they all delivered. Look at Katy Perry, but Janelle Monáe, I got to give her some props right there.
How many hats is she wearing?
I lost count. But they were having a great time. Everyone was.
The theme was camp.
Right.
A lot of people are confused about that, but it seems like they got it right to me. It was a long night on the pink carpet, and Lara was there for it all. Luckily, she had somebody there to help her out when she got hungry. Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish brought fried chicken to the Met Gala.
It's a long night.
Yeah, because she's always ready. She ready. We'll have more on all of that ahead. But first, we're going to begin with that severe weather threat. 40 million now bracing for tornadoes, flooding. Ginger, of course, has the latest for us. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning to you, Robin. We saw these images in the late night into the overnight. Lewis, Kansas, one of the tornadoes, one of 111 severe storm reports. And this morning, we've actually got people that are being rescued from their homes in eastern Kansas. Kansas City swallowed in strong to severe storms.
Tornado on the ground, guys!
Illuminated by lightning on the Kansas night sky, one of 3 reported tornadoes ripping across the high plains. Winds up to 80 miles per hour, toppling trees, bringing down power lines.
56 highway, covered in hail.
Near Burlingame, Kansas, hail smothering the highway. The tarmac at the Hutchinson Airport damaged by this lightning strike. So much hail, in Colorado, it looked like snow. And look at this video just released from Sunday's severe storms in Nebraska. Watch as this woman dashes to get into her front door, fighting high winds to make it in. At least 100-mile-per-hour winds near Lincoln, ripping apart a backyard fence and a playground at another home. So, who has to be on the lookout for images like that today? Let me show you. It's all going to come along this dry line, as we call it. You've got the dry air on the west, the moist air there. It's going to pop this afternoon and evening. You're going to end up seeing Lubbock to Amarillo, strong to severe storms that could bring 70-plus mile-per-hour winds. We've actually got a really enhanced risk here of seeing that in the red area. But anywhere from Wichita down into Texas needs to be on alert. And it doesn't end there, George. We see that the next 2 days, Dallas-Fort Worth, over to Shreveport, up to, say, Kansas City and St. Louis, over to Jackson, Mississippi, have to be on the lookout. It's not just damaging winds, it's hail and, of course, tornadoes.
Rough week for the middle of the country. Ginger, thanks very much. We're going to go to Washington now, where the battle between President Trump and House Democrats is escalating by the day, with threats of lawsuits over Trump's taxes, a contempt citation for the Attorney General, as more than 500 former federal prosecutors from both parties say that Robert Mueller's evidence justifies charges of obstruction of justice. Our senior congressional correspondent, Mary Bruce, tracking it all. And Mary, you've got Democrats, Republicans, and career civil servants reaching that conclusion.
Yeah, George, this is a pretty harsh rebuttal from more than 560 former federal prosecutors from both Democratic and Republican administrations. And they say that President Trump would have been targeted with multiple felony charges for obstruction of justice, were it not for the fact that he's president. And the Justice Department guidelines precluding prosecution of a sitting president. Now, of course, the Attorney General found that there was not sufficient evidence to establish that the president committed a crime. But these former federal prosecutors say that if you look at just the facts, to say that there isn't sufficient evidence, quote, runs counter to logic and our experience. And George, of course, members of Congress are still demanding to hear from Mueller himself about why he did not make a call on the question of obstruction.
And the Attorney General William Barr now saying he has no objection to having Mueller testify, but he's facing that possible contempt vote tomorrow because he's withholding parts of the underlying evidence of Mueller's report.
Yeah, and George, today there will be one last-ditch attempt at negotiation to try and find some common ground. Overnight, the Justice Department said they will finally agree to send up staffers here to sit down today with Judiciary Committee staff. But unless the Justice Department is willing to turn over the full unredacted Mueller report and the underlying evidence, the Judiciary Committee Chairman Gerald Nadler has made very clear he plans tomorrow to move ahead with plans to hold the Attorney General in contempt of Congress. But George, even that is not likely to get Democrats the answers they are demanding any sooner. It is likely, though, to spark a very lengthy court battle.
No question about that. No more room for negotiation over President Trump's taxes. The Treasury Secretary says absolutely he's not going to turn them over. That means this is definitely going to court.
Yeah, George, the Treasury Secretary says that the Democrats' request, quote, lacks a legitimate legislative purpose. They simply are not going to turn them over. That means that the chairman here now says he's consulting with counsel, but almost certainly this, too, is headed to court.
And the law giving him that right seems pretty clear. Okay, Mary Bruce, thanks very much. Michael?
All right, George, now to those new details on that deadly plane crash in Moscow that killed 41 people, including an American. Officials have recovered the black boxes. ABC's Dan Harris is in Moscow with new reporting. Good morning, Dan.
Michael, good morning. According to a well-respected local newspaper here in Moscow, investigators are honing in on pilot error as a likely cause of this fiery and fatal crash. This morning, as we see new images of Russian investigators working inside the charred husk of the plane, as well as these images from inside the cabin with passengers screaming as they see the rising flames, investigators are now reportedly keying in on the pilot of that ill-fated Aeroflot jet. The first potential mistake, the flight carrying 78 passengers and crew took off from Sheremetyevo Airport en route to Murmansk and flew into storm clouds. It was in the air for 28 minutes, during which time it was reportedly hit by lightning. Lightning strikes are not unusual, but according to a local newspaper called Kommersant, investigators are looking at whether the pilot then made another error by hurrying to make an emergency landing instead of burning off the extra fuel. And that is when things went horribly wrong. You can see the plane landing too fast and too hard, appearing to bounce 3 times. After that, an explosion. Flames and black smoke trailing as the plane careens down the runway.
What we saw was a botched landing, a landing that went awry and hit so hard that it broke the airplane up and caused that horrific fire.
Making matters worse, investigators are also reportedly looking into whether the emergency response was too slow. It appears the alarm may have been raised too late. There are, however, this morning stories of heroism, including this 22-year-old flight attendant who died reportedly while trying to get the plane's rear door to open. In all, 41 dead, including 1 child and 1 American, Jeremy Brooks from Santa Fe, New Mexico, who had just graduated from college and was taking a job as a fishing guide in Russia.
I think it was more of a state of shock for all of us. To us, Jeremy was invincible. Everyone loved Jeremy, and Jeremy in turn loved everyone else.
Back here in Moscow with one more note on that pilot who's now under so much scrutiny for having made that hard landing with so much extra fuel on board. He has been quoted by local media as saying he followed procedure. Robin, back to you.
All right, Dan, thank you. And back here at home, overnight, the president pardoning a former soldier convicted of killing an Iraqi prisoner. Our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, has those details for us. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Robin. President Trump granted Lieutenant Michael Bahena a full pardon, saying he was a model prisoner and entirely deserving of executive clemency. Bahena was convicted of unpremeditated murder for the 2008 killing of a man believed linked to al-Qaeda in Iraq. Court documents say Bahena and his platoon took the Iraqi prisoner to a remote part of the desert, stripped him naked, and interrogated him about an attack that had left 2 American soldiers dead. It was during that interrogation that Bahena shot the suspected al-Qaeda operative twice, later saying it was in self-defense because the prisoner had lunged for his weapon. Bahena was sentenced to 25 years but was released on parole after 5. The White House said the case has drawn support from members of the military and Oklahoma government officials, and there had been concerns, Robin, about how the trial was handled.
And this is not the first time that the president has intervened in these types of military cases.
It's not. In March, Trump ordered Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher, accused of killing an ISIS fighter, be moved to less restrictive confinement, and he's also reviewing the case of a Green Beret accused of murdering a Taliban bomb maker. Robin.
All right, Martha, thank you. George?
Okay, Robin, thanks. There's been an arrest overnight in the case of a Mississippi police officer ambushed and killed right outside police headquarters in Biloxi. Steve Osunsami has the latest. And Steve, this officer just months from retirement.
That's right, George. A Biloxi police officer was driving home from work last night when he spotted this accused gunman walking the streets. That's how this arrest happened. Police are calling this a cold-blooded killing and say they are glad this morning that this suspect is in custody. When they brought him in overnight, people waiting outside the police station cheered, and on the sidewalk, a solemn line of heartbroken police officers stood in procession. 19-year-old Darian Atkinson had a grin on his face and mumbled words. Investigators say he's the man seen on this surveillance video walking into this same Biloxi police station Sunday night shortly before gunning down Officer Robert McKeithen in the parking lot outside.
It's been a long couple of days. We want this guy to pay for what he's done.
McKeithen died at the hospital just down the street from the police station and leaves behind a wife and 4 children. The Air Force veteran, who friends say enjoyed working the night shift, was set to retire this year. He's described as a gentleman with 24 years on the force and was awarded a Medal of Valor for helping save the lives of 4 children during Hurricane Katrina. Police aren't sure if he was targeted or if the attack was random, but say their focus now is on the family of the officer who was killed.
I hope in some small way making this arrest tonight will bring him some closure.
The accused gunman did not have a criminal record that police know of. A memorial for the officer who was killed is scheduled tonight. Robin?
There in Biloxi. All right. Thanks so much, Steve. The latest now on the measles emergency, the CDC releasing new numbers. There are now 764 cases spread across 23 states, with Pennsylvania now joining the list. And Agent Bankert is in California, where 3 counties are facing outbreaks. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning to you too, Robin. Yes, in Los Angeles, county health officials are saying that there are 8 confirmed measles cases here, and we're at one of the locations where people were out shopping and eating and were exposed to contagious patients. Parents are on edge this morning as the CDC releases alarming new numbers on the measles outbreak. 764 people have contracted measles in 23 states this year alone. This is the greatest number of cases reported in the U.S. since 1994, 1/3 of which include children and infants under the age of 5.
It's scary that there's more and more outbreaks.
Rachel Barrett says her 5-year-old was immunized early. Her new baby, Mia, just 3 months old, is too young to get the measles vaccine.
My fears of her contracting measles would prevent me from going out into the world and taking her places, but I can't shut down our lives.
The director of the CDC is now recommending parents like Rachel get their babies vaccinated before their first birthday.
I think the group that's the most important that we've tried to reach out to is 6 months old to 11 months old in an outbreak area. Normally we would postpone that vaccination to 12 months. We'd like to get those unvaccinated children in.
And you heard that warning from the CDC director in terms of vaccinating early, especially if you're traveling internationally. You want to check where you're going and see if that country is under a measles outbreak as well. Michael?
All right, so important, Adrian. Thank you so much. And now to new details on the royal baby. This morning, the Royal Guard marching in Windsor to celebrate the birth of Duchess Meghan and Prince Harry's son. And there are still a lot of mysteries out there, like what will he be named? And Amy, she has more there in Windsor. Hey, Amy.
Hey, Michael. It is a glorious day here in Windsor, and there is so much excitement in the air. Many people pouring in, trying to catch a glimpse as we all wait for those first photos of the newest royal son. And for the royal family, well, they've been receiving so many well wishes from close friends and celebrities. They've been pouring in from around the world.
This morning, the Sussex family of 3 waking up from their first night together at home at Frogmore Cottage. All are doing well. The new parents apparently happy and emotional.
It's been amazing.
We now know Duchess Meghan gave birth to their 7-pound, 3-ounce bundle of joy at 5:26 Monday morning. Her beaming husband, Harry, who is by her side, sharing the news.
Mother and baby are doing incredibly well. It's been the most amazing experience I could ever possibly imagine. How any woman does what they do is beyond comprehension.
Details of the birth still being kept private by the couple.
Buckingham Palace have not yet said where this baby was born. There have been different reports, some saying that she had a home birth, others saying that she had a hospital birth. We are expecting to find out. It's something that will be on the birth certificate.
The question everyone asking, when will we see baby Sussex? The plan is for the couple to introduce their child to the world on Wednesday. Well wishes for baby Sussex, who is now 7th in line, pouring in from across the globe. From family, William and Kate saying they are overjoyed and looking forward to meeting the latest addition to the family. Meghan's mother, Doria Ragland, has been staying at the couple's cottage in Windsor, with many royal observers expecting her to be a very involved, doting grandmother. Meghan's estranged father, Thomas, saying he is delighted, adding, "I am proud that my new grandson is born into the British royal family, and I am sure that he will grow up to serve the crown and the people of Britain with grace, dignity, and honor." To friends, former First Lady Michelle Obama tweeting, "Congratulations, Meghan and Harry. Barack and I are so thrilled for both of you and can't wait to meet him." Meghan's former on-screen love interest from her TV show Suits, Patrick Adams, a new dad himself, even suggesting a play date. But for now, Harry and Meghan enjoying this special time with baby Sussex.
I'm so incredibly proud of my wife, and as every father and parent would ever say, you know, your baby is absolutely amazing, but this little thing is absolutely to die for, so I'm just over the moon.
Yes, so Prince Harry is over the moon, and Buckingham Palace released a statement saying that Doria, Meghan's mother, is overjoyed. And we are expecting perhaps that the first big royal visit to baby boy Sussex could be the Queen herself. There's a very, very specific flag that is flying atop Windsor Castle right now. That is the royal standard. That means the Queen is in residence, so she is so close right now, just a hop, skip, and a jump away from baby Sussex. So that visit should be happening very soon, guys.
That will be a lot of fun. Amy's going to take up residence in England.
Yes, exactly. Great job as always. Thank you, Amy.
We are following a lot of other headlines this morning, including this investigation into a massive party at the mansion of YouTube star Jake Paul. You see him right there. Paramedics were called multiple times. A woman says she was drugged. We're going to bring you all the details next.
And a lot more from behind the scenes of last night's Met Ball. The secret party inside. We've got it all. Lara was there, but first, back to Ginger.
Yeah, and I have to say, Katy Perry was my favorite. Not the chandelier, but the hamburger. Did you see that later?
Yes,
I'm sure we're going to show you, but I got to show you some other video. This is St. Charles, Missouri, where the levee has breached. They've got that spring snowmelt really rushing down, and this is going to be an issue for areas to the east and south. Watch this. As the rain comes through with that system I was talking about earlier, you end up with up to 6 inches of rain in the red areas. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, the Tuesday Trivia, sponsored by Target.
Game on with same-day delivery, order pickup, and drive up. Target run and done.
Sunglasses and short sleeves on this Tuesday. It is still looking like the best day out of the work week, with temperatures very quickly rising to 80 to 84 degrees. Now tomorrow we are going to be picking up some cloud cover. There could be a little shower or thunder shower coming from southern Maryland into D.C. late in the day, the high just 71. And it's upper 70s for Thursday and Friday. Isolated shower on Thursday. Better chance for rain and thunderstorms coming your way on Friday. Mother's Day right now, cool with rain throughout the day. On display at the Met and with Michael's top. We'll be right back.
Una mesa para dos personas.
So again, using para, you're talking about something that is for someone.
Quisiera
una mesa para la cena.
Very good.
Could listening to Audible inspire you to start something